Langford, what do you have to say, my boy?
I want some nasty. Are we having fun yet?
All right, guys. So I have not seen this. I just saw this quote and I got a little excited. So as you can see here, Langford says, shows that the future is really bright for this group. The wording of this alone, we'll listen to it in context, but the wording of this alone sounds as if he's saying, hey, he's part of that future. So I do agree with that. But hey, it's just cool to hear that. Now, really quick, if you guys want to support the channel, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description if you guys want to buy some merch. I said this in another video as well, but I have sent out a batch. But if you did not get a tracking number yet, just wait. You're going to be in the next batch. But if you guys are patient and you want to support, please do. Link in the description. All right, let's go ahead and listen to what Langford has to say. Turns up and play.
I don't know. I just played the game, let it come to me, and we did a good job at moving the ball and playing hard, and it just happened to be that way tonight. It shows that the future is really bright for this group, especially because we're young, and we just keep focusing on getting better than we were the next game and control the things we can control, and not letting those mistakes that always come up continue to come up. We could be a pretty good team. We have 100% confidence in him because we all seen all the work he put in through the summer.
Who is he talking about? Keldon? I don't know.
We know what he's capable of doing, and I mean, he has confidence in himself too. And I mean, now is his time. He's like molding himself into that role, and he showed that a little bit tonight for real. He's did a really good job. Charles and Zach, guarding him one-on-one is pretty hard to do, and we knew that coming into the game. So it wasn't just a job just for Zach or Charles, whoever was on him. And I felt like we did a pretty good job of that tonight. And hopefully we can continue doing that for our next matchup. Yes, sir. I mean, it feels good every time to have a game like that, just to feel somewhat getting back into the swing of things, especially how my career has gone so far with injuries and stuff like that. It just feels good, and I'm happy. And
Okay, if you guys are wondering what he's talking about, this is what he's talking about. The last game, which I don't know when I'm posting this, so it might have been another great game from him, who knows. But the game that he's talking about is this game against the Miami Heat, in which he had 19 points, only 2 turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block, 6 rebounds, 4 for 4 from the free throw line, 50% from 3, 7 for 10 field goal percentage, or 70% field goal percentage, 7 to 10, and he took 2 threes and he hit 1. Now, as far as how this season has gone, he hasn't really been spectacular when it comes to statistics, but if you've been watching any of the games, he has been a really good role player for this squad. He's a guy that you can rotate defensively, pretty decent catch and shoot player for the most part. Good cutter, playing smart defense. Smart off ball. Like he's just a really good role player. Now, as far as what Celtics fans expected him to be, because once we made that trade, they were like, look, you got a really great player. He just didn't get his opportunity yet. As far as what they expected him to be, I don't think he'll be that. I don't think he'll even touch, like, as far as being a star. I don't think he'll ever be near that. But I think that he's going to be a very good role player for this squad. Now, the wording of what he said, like now listening to it in context, it certainly sounds like he's pretty confident in his future with the San Antonio Spurs, which I am fine with. Like I said, really good role player, really good foundation. Everybody on this team really is a really good foundation. The only thing that I want at this point, and I'm not the one, if you guys have been following this channel at all, I am not the one that sits around and says like, oh, I want this player traded. Oh, I want this player gone. Oh, I want this player. I've never been like that. But as it stands right now, circumstances have changed. There are a few players, or at least 2 players that I definitely want gone, because I don't see a reason for keeping them, and that would be Josh Richardson, Doug McDermott. They gotta go. Okay, if you can get you a first round pick, and I believe we can, because Brian Wright got a lot out of some players you didn't necessarily think he would get that much out of. So if you can get that out of Doug, if you can get that out of Josh Richardson, do it for our future. Now, when it comes to Jakob, there's been some reports, and we talked about this as well, that the San Antonio Spurs are thinking about potentially keeping him in case they get Victor Wembanyama, because he can play off of Victor Wembanyama pretty well. If you can move Vic to power forward, not guaranteed that we get Vic, but even with that being said, I think Jakob does have utility when it comes to like Malachi Branham, because he absolutely loves playing off the screens, and that can help his development. And he's just a type of archetype that works with any team, really. So it doesn't really matter there. But I'm still leaning on the side of, if you can get something really good out of Jakob, do it. And I think the Warriors have exactly what we're looking for. I know the Spurs, or at least it's been reported that they're looking at Moody. That's fine. I would much rather just grab Wiseman. If I were the Spurs, I would try to grab Wiseman, a first-round pick, hopefully 2 first-round picks, but more than likely 1 first-round pick. I think that will suffice. But we'll see what happens. But as it stands right now, I really do like this group. And I like the foundation that we have. And while Romeo Langford, he's going to have games that aren't that impressive. Like, as we can see here, he's going to have many of these that aren't that impressive. 3 points, 14, that's really good. But 7 points, 5 points, 3 points. And this is quite a few minutes, right? He's going to have some pretty sorry games here and there. But that's because he is, he's a role player. And that's totally fine. And when you don't have the group necessary to make role or help role players shine, this is what's going to come out of it. I mean, and this isn't me trying to, like, you guys know, I'm not trying to, like, say that he's a bad player or anything like that. I just like to, if you looked at it like this, okay, just look at it like this. I think of, like, Jonathan Simmons, right? I really like Jonathan Simmons. A lot of Spurs fans really like Jonathan Simmons, but Jonathan Simmons without Kawhi, without LA, he would put up numbers like this. That's just what it is. But if you pair him with someone like Kawhi, you pair him with someone like LA, even if he scored like this, which he did, Jonathan Simmons' numbers weren't crazy, but even if he scored and had points similar to this, it would look better. It would look more efficient. It would look more dynamic. But unfortunately for, Langford, he's just in the middle of this rebuild and it's not going to look that impressive, but he is doing everything right. Like, he's playing good basketball. I know Pop said the other day that Trey Jones, he's playing winning basketball. Exact same thing with Romeo Langford. He is playing winning basketball. It's just unfortunate that he's not going to be very dynamic because of the team that we have right now. But yeah, we'll see what happens this season. Hopefully we see more of these type of games from Romeo Langford. I doubt it. Okay. I think it'll be very few in between, but anyways, I'll get with you guys later, man. You want to support the channel as always, clanthemerchfan.com, link in the description. I'll get with you later. Till next time.